1993 was a year of profound events that left a lasting impact on history, each story echoing with themes of courage, tragedy, and global consequences. The world witnessed dramatic moments of human endurance and pivotal turning points that shaped nations and policies. 1993, a year of breakthroughs in medicine and science. The year 1993 marked significant advancements in the fields of medicine and science, with groundbreaking discoveries and important milestones that reshaped our understanding of health and the natural world. It was a year where innovation met perseverance, laying the foundation for future research and development. In medicine, the global fight against tuberculosis, TB, gained critical attention. Recognized as a global health emergency by the World Health Organization, WHO, for the first time, TB was highlighted as one of the leading infectious diseases threatening millions worldwide. This acknowledgement underscored the need for better diagnostics, treatments, and a concerted international effort to combat its resurgence, particularly in the wake of the HIV/AIDS epidemic that weakened immune systems and exacerbated the spread of TB. The medical community also witnessed breakthroughs in genetics. Researchers discovered the gene associated with Huntington's disease, a neurodegenerative disorder. This discovery not only provided insight into the genetic basis of the disease, but also paved the way for potential therapies and genetic testing, offering hope to families affected by this hereditary condition. Advances in the Human Genome Project continued as scientists moved closer to mapping all human genes, a monumental effort that promised to revolutionize medicine by enabling personalized treatments. In the realm of public health, the identification of new strains of E. coli bacteria brought renewed focus on food safety. Outbreaks linked to contaminated meat spurred regulatory changes and greater awareness about foodborne illnesses, prompting both scientific and public health initiatives to mitigate risks. Science also achieved remarkable milestones. In astronomy, the discovery of the first planet outside our solar system, orbiting the pulsar PSR B1257+12, heralded a new era in the search for extraterrestrial life and the study of planetary systems. This finding validated theories about the existence of exoplanets and expanded humanity's understanding of the cosmos. Environmental science saw increased attention to global warming and ozone depletion. Scientists continued to study the effects of chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, on the ozone layer, with encouraging evidence showing early signs of recovery due to international cooperation under the Montreal Protocol. The year 1993 was a testament to humanity's enduring curiosity and dedication to improving life on Earth. Whether through medical breakthroughs or exploring the universe, it was a year that exemplified the power of science to address challenges and push the boundaries of human evolution. Natural disasters of 1993, a year of devastation. The year 1993 was marked by a series of natural disasters that left profound impacts across the globe. From devastating floods to catastrophic earthquakes, the events of that year showcased nature's relentless power and tested the resilience of affected communities. One of the most notable disasters was the Great Midwest Flood in the United States. Spanning from April to October, this event inundated the Mississippi and Missouri River basins, affecting 9 states. Unprecedented rainfall overwhelmed levees, submerging towns and farmland underwater. The flood displaced thousands, caused over $15 billion in damages, and claimed at least 50 lives. Its legacy reshaped policies on flood management and spurred discussions on climate change and its role in extreme weather patterns. Across the Pacific, Japan experienced the Hokkaido earthquake on July 12th. Measuring 7.8 on the Richter scale, the earthquake struck off the coast, triggering a devastating tsunami with waves reaching up to 30 meters. The island of Okushiri bore the brunt of the destruction, with over 200 lives lost and widespread devastation. The disaster highlighted vulnerabilities in Japan's early warning systems, prompting significant advancements in disaster preparedness and coastal defenses in subsequent years. In India, the Latur earthquake struck Maharashtra on September 30th, causing unprecedented destruction in rural regions. With a magnitude of 6.4, the earthquake killed nearly 10,000 people and injured tens of thousands more. The poorly constructed homes in the affected villages crumbled, leaving survivors homeless and traumatized. This tragedy emphasized the need for improved building standards and increased awareness of seismic risks in vulnerable areas. Meanwhile, Russia faced an environmental crisis when an explosion occurred at the Tomsk 7 nuclear processing facility on April 6th. Although not caused by natural forces, the disaster underscored the risks of human activities interacting with the environment. A chemical explosion released radioactive materials into the atmosphere, contaminating nearby areas and sparking health and environmental concerns reminiscent of the Chernobyl disaster. Even weather anomalies wreaked havoc in 1993. The storm of the century, a massive cyclonic blizzard, swept across North America in March, affecting 26 states and parts of Canada. With hurricane-force winds, heavy snow, and widespread flooding, the storm claimed over 300 lives and caused billions in damages. Airports shut down, power lines collapsed, and millions were left without heat or electricity. This storm remains a benchmark for meteorological analysis and disaster response. Each of these events demonstrated the varied ways in which natural disasters can challenge societies. From floods and earthquakes to extreme weather, 1993 was a year of tragedy and learning. Communities affected by these events rebuilt stronger, with a renewed focus on disaster preparedness, resilience, and the mitigation of future risks. These disasters served as stark reminders of humanity's vulnerability to natural forces, underscoring the need for global cooperation in addressing environmental challenges and adapting to an ever-changing planet. The lessons of 1993 continue to influence how societies prepare for and respond to the unpredictable power of nature. Politics of 1993, a year of global transition. The political landscape of 1993 was a period of significant change, defined by global transitions, conflicts, and efforts toward peace and reform. Around the world, nations grappled with the aftershocks of the Cold War, internal political shifts, and the challenges of emerging new orders. In the United States, Bill Clinton assumed the presidency on January 20th, ushering in a new era of leadership. As the youngest U.S. president in decades, Clinton's administration prioritized economic recovery, healthcare reform, and international diplomacy. His ambitious domestic agenda included the Family and Medical Leave Act and efforts to reduce the national deficit. Meanwhile, on the international stage, Clinton's foreign policy began to reshape America's role in a post-Cold War world. Europe saw significant strides in integration. On November 1st, the Maastricht Treaty came into effect, formally establishing the European Union, EU. This historic treaty laid the groundwork for deeper political and economic integration among European nations, including the eventual adoption of the euro. The EU symbolized a new chapter of cooperation, but it also faced skepticism from those wary of ceding national sovereignty. In Russia, President Boris Yeltsin navigated a tumultuous year marked by political unrest and economic hardship. The transition from communism to a market economy created widespread uncertainty, fueling tensions between Yeltsin and the Russian parliament. These tensions erupted in October, when Yeltsin ordered the military to shell the parliament building, effectively ending a constitutional crisis, but leaving the nation deeply divided. In South Africa, the political scene was dominated by progress toward dismantling apartheid. Under the leadership of President F.W. de Klerk and the African National Congress, ANC, led by Nelson Mandela, the country moved closer to its first multiracial elections. In 1993, Mandela and de Klerk jointly received the Nobel Peace Prize, recognizing their efforts to peacefully transition South Africa to democracy. In the Middle East, the signing of the Oslo Accords on September 13th marked a historic moment in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The agreement, brokered by the United States, saw Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin and PLO Chairman Yasser Arafat agree on a framework for Palestinian self-rule. While the accords sparked hope for peace, they also faced fierce criticism and opposition from hardliners on both sides. Asia also experienced political shifts. In China, the Communist Party sought to balance economic liberalization with tight political control, cementing its power while navigating the challenges of rapid modernization. In Japan, political scandals led to the resignation of Prime Minister Kiichi Miyazawa, marking a rare moment of instability in a country known for its political continuity. Elsewhere, conflicts persisted. In Somalia, the U.S. mission to stabilize the war-torn nation culminated in the infamous Battle of Mogadishu in October, leading to a reassessment of American intervention strategies. Meanwhile, the Balkan conflicts continued to rage, with the siege of Sarajevo symbolizing the horrors of ethnic warfare in the former Yugoslavia. 1993 was a year of both breakthroughs and challenges. It reflected the complexities of a world grappling with new realities, as nations sought stability, reform, and cooperation in the face of persistent divisions and emerging threats. The political events of this year set the stage for many of the geopolitical dynamics that continue to shape the modern era. Through the chaos of 1993, each event reflected the fragility and resilience of humanity. Whether in the face of natural disasters, political crises, or human-made tragedies, the year left an indelible mark on the world's collective memory. reminding us of the complexities and challenges of a rapidly changing global landscape.